Welcome back to my channel. This is Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts. Welcome back to part 2 of the magical color changing mystery crochet along. We're using worsted weighted yarn. I prefer using Christmas colors for this because we're making a Christmas pattern, but you can pick whatever colors you wish. I'm using 2 skeins of red and 1 skein of white with Premier's Anti-Pilling Everyday worsted weighted yarn. Absolutely love this yarn. If you've never tried it, you gotta try it. There's a link down below in the description. I'm also using a 4.5mm hook, but you can adjust that. Not too picky on which hook size you're using. You could use a 4, you could use a 5, or the same as me. It's totally up to you. For part 1, we did this graph right here, and we're going to do part 2 here. Quick reminder, you can get the written pattern as well as the graph at the link down below in the description. You have 2 different options to get this pattern. You can get it for free with ads on my website, or you can get it ad-free and printer friendly in my membership called the Crochet Club. You have a few different options to join the Crochet Club, but if you are a full member, you get access to over 400 ad-free and printer friendly patterns that even have checkoff boxes for most of the patterns. There's additional exclusive patterns and printables available in the membership as well as exclusive video tutorials. 1 new live video per week that includes a pattern, and we also meet on a monthly basis. So if you want to join us, come join us at the link down below in the description. So let's get started with part 2. You did part 1 right here. I wanted to tell you a quick little important thing, which I didn't mention part 1, but it is totally fine either way how you did it. You could have dropped your white for rows 11 and 12, as well as 24 and 25. If you carried your yarn with you during the process, it is totally fine. Either way works. As long as the white is not shown in those rounds, it is up to you. I actually sometimes prefer carrying my yarn because the tension keeps the tension all throughout the same. But however you did it is up to you, okay? So don't be worried whether you carried your yarn or didn't carry your yarn for the rounds where there's just red, okay? So that was part 1. Now we're going to do part 2. Part 2 is a little bit longer, so don't get worried about it, okay? It goes actually fairly quickly. I made mine in just a couple of hours, maybe maximum 3 hours. You have 2 days to do this, so there's plenty of time to finish this. I did this in 2 movies in the evening, and I was done with it. It really doesn't take that long. You can even listen to podcasts if you wish. Anyways, so we're going to do a transition first, though. Before we get started on the graph, we're doing a little transition. So let me show you the transition and then you get in. So the transition that I'm referring to is going to be a little gap. I'll show you how that looks like at the very end. But I'm going to pretend right now I did part 1. This is my little swatch for this video. Pretend I did the entire part 1 here, and now we're going into the transition, then into part 2. So the transition is that, and this is all done in just red. I'm just going to drop my white here and just do it in red to make this easier. And I actually recommend you do the same. So keep going with your main color, drop the other color, okay? So you're going to do 14 stitches, whether that's single crochet or waistcoat stitch. Keep going with whatever stitch you picked, okay? 14 of them. So I'm just going to do 14 really quickly right here. Now, once you've done your 14, you're going to chain 28 and you're going to skip 28, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Now skip 28 stitches. So counting after, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So those are the amount of stitches you're skipping. So that means you're inserting your hook into the next stitch and you're going to keep going. So there should be 14 left. And that's what we're going to do. So 14 stitches, so that should be until the end of the round. Make sure to count, everything is still the same. We still have 56 stitches in total. So the chains are counted as stitches here. And now once you're done, you're doing your regular slip stitch like we did before. I prefer, as I said, the invisible one. So you just insert your hook from the back to the front, pull that loop through, and now you're going to keep going. So the next round is going to be all in red, and that is actually going, this round right here is all in red. So I'm still not going to carry my red with me because we have some chains here. Okay, so we're just going to do it all in red and leave the white alone. So what you're going to do now is you're going to crochet 1 stitch per stitch, whether it is your waistcoat stitch, single crochet, whatever it is. And for the chains, you're just going to make loose single crochets, okay? Because it is just like the foundation that we did in round 1 of part 1, okay? So you're just going to make loose single crochet stitches into it. So the very next round here has 14 stitches of whichever you picked, waistcoat or single. And now you're going to go into your chains, okay? Whether you're going on below, like if you turn it around and go into the back bump, or whether you go into the in the back loop or the front loop is up to you. As I said, I prefer the back bump, so I'm going to turn it around a little bit, and I'm just going to crochet loose single crochet stitches, 1 per chain, all the way until the end of the chain. And then there's 14 more stitches left at the end of the round, and you're going to crochet into those. And once you're done, it's going to look like this, and you are now going to continue on with the graph exactly like how it's shown. Okay, so just like before, the graph shows half of the entire round. So you're doing each pattern repeat twice because it has only 28 over here, but you're 56, right? So you do this twice, and you're going to do the entire graph until the end. Little tip though, as I said, part 3 is going to be a little less work, so you don't have to worry too much, and there's still going to be 2 colors but no color transitions. So maybe that's a little tip. I'm not sure. Maybe that's a hint. Not sure. Do you have any idea yet what we're making? Well, let me show you how the final part for part 2 looks like. So once you're done, it's going to look like this. So this is part 1. Here's that transition happening here. Okay, and then you have here part 2. And it is okay if it's a little bit wonky. You can totally pull this a little bit to make it all even, but this is how it's going to look like. So we have, in case you haven't seen it, there have some snowflakes or stars down here. We have a garland with ornaments, and we have a tree with some stars, and a little star here on the top for the tree, as well as some reindeers. So what do you think we're making? I mean, we know it's Christmas, but what do you think it is? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious at this point, so there's not too much of a mystery left, I think. But you guys tell me. I mean, who knows? We still have a little bit to crochet. I'm not going to tell you where we're going to crochet, but you're still going to need both colors. So make sure to post your pictures into the Facebook group for part 2 using the hashtag OCT23 MCAL, which is for October 23 Mystery Crochet Along. As you know, I do them monthly, so this is why I include the month on the hashtags. So I can't wait to see you for part 3. Now now go ahead and crochet part 2 and let me see it. I am so excited. And part 3 is coming up in a few days, or it will show up here shortly if you're watching this at a later time. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I'm publishing a video or go live. Now go ahead and watch the next video. You're going to want to, I promise you do.